What up? You know what time it is. Back at you with another one. I've got some news for you, some updates with the car, with HOSS. I have my FUELTECH, which you saw me install a long time ago into the gauge cluster, the Fbody gauge cluster. I want to see what this looks like in the car with the dash. I'm contemplating not even using it, but I want to see what it's like since I've already done the work. If I like it, I'll leave it. If I don't, we'll try something else. Basically going to fit the dash in, put our FUELTECH and our cluster in, lay out the wiring harness, which I've got here in the bag, lay that out so I can see how much length I have. BMR came through with our bolts. I've had them for a while, just been waiting on parts, other things to come in. I've got to weld the cross member for the transmission in, but we're out of gas, literally out of gas, out of welding gas. So I have to wait for that to come in. Until then, we've got some other stuff to do, so let's go check it out. So as you can see, I've got the dashboard all laid out. I've got it ready to go inside the car. That's the dash pad that covers that part of the Camaro right there, the inside cowl. And I've got the cluster over here just chilling with our FUELTECH FT450 in it. But I've got to put this inside of that after I put that inside of that. All right, so as you can see, the dashboard is installed, all nice and neat in there, all bolted up, secured. Got the dash cover on top. So we've got a big gaping hole here that we got to put our FUELTECH in. There's our FUELTECH. We got to put that in the car, but I do have to run the FUELTECH wiring harness. I do need to know what is what for power and ground and whatnot. All right, so looking here at our FUELTECH harness, it tells me, and you might not be able to see it too good, but 12 and 13 are my power and ground pins out of the harness, which is right over there. So I'll be able to power this and show you all the stuff inside once we have it in the car. It'd be nice to see everything lit up. So FUELTECH sells a 10-foot unterminated harness, which is what I ended up getting. All of these are your signals, your grounds, your powers. There's even CAN bus in there, but really nice. It's put together real well. But we need it so we can put power to the FUELTECH so you can see all the cool stuff in there. So I gotta run it through here and let's figure how that's gonna work out. So now I've got my wires ran through, my whole harness is ran through the dash here. I've got my FUELTECH FT450 about to go in. So I've got to plug it up to the back. So that way we can light it up. Give myself enough room here. There we go. Nice satisfying click. There's that. That's in there. Now I'm going to bolt this thing up, put the shroud around it, and see what it looks like. So I don't have a seat in the car, but check this out. Fbody columns, for people trying to get in and out of the cars, they do this, which is like a bushing and stuff, but garbage. Take the whole column out, put something in from some other company, like a solid column, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. But the stock column, very heavy. The aftermarket one, hopefully they'll get soon, will be very light. You won't have to worry about the stock wiring, the ignition switch, none of that, because race car. As you can see, I have the FUELTECH FT450 with our gauge cluster, everything installed on the dash, everything's ready to go. So we're gonna power it up See if that works right. Obviously, I have it switched to 12 volt. But as you can see, here's the FUELTECH FT450. Obviously, it says TPS not calibrated because we don't have a TPS connected to it. And there you can see the first thing you see is your dashboard. So that's what you're going to see, driver's perspective there. I'll just hit no on that. So that's what you're going to see there. Your map, your fuel, your RPM, your oil pressure, fuel pressure. You have a data logger right here that can start recording. As you can see, it'll start data logging right there on the fly. TPS, obviously we don't have anything hooked up. There's our battery. That we definitely have hooked up. Intake air temperature sensor, ECT. Now you can change all of this. This dashboard's completely customizable. Check this out. FUELTECH makes it really easy. We'll do a more in-depth review on that, but I just wanted you to see what it looked like in the car from a driver's perspective. So there it is, fully installed. FUELTECH's in the car. We've got a lot more work to do. Speaking of new parts, we got our new shifter here. This is going to bolt. I'll show you in the car. We got a new shifter. And we got this new old stock Type R gritty blow-off valve. This is a new old stock. It was sitting for a long time, and happened to get it. I'm very happy to have it. But this is going to sound really cool and awesome when we have our K24 sucking in a bunch of air, or force-fed a bunch of air. And I'm probably going to do a lot of this and a lot of that to get it to suck. I know when you turn these all the way up, they sound really wicked. And then you have a little pipe there to adapt it for our intercooler and stuff like that. But I want to show you the shifter inside the Camaro. So our new shifter, this is for an E36 BMW, because that's the type of transmission we have. This will go somewhere in this neighborhood. I still have to figure out where we're going to place it as far as seating goes. That's why, you know, position is everything when you have this set up. This type of shifter looks like this on the bottom because it doesn't go inside. It doesn't go inside the transmission. Okay, there's a rod, a selector rod that goes from here to a linkage right down here that goes inside the transmission. You hear that there. So the way the BMW sets it up is pretty cool, because then you don't have to worry about a turd or nothing. But as far as fabrication here goes, there's one of two ways we can do it. We can fab up a bunch of new steel and stuff like that, or we could harvest it from a BMW and just cut some extra and put it in there, you know, tacky, weldy, and then, you know, bolt this right up to it. That way it's less fab. But as far as which way I'm going to go yet, I don't know. It's all about position at this point. Making sure that this is in the right position to where when we're banging through these gears and ripping it up and down the racetrack, I don't need to be throwing my elbow or my shoulder out, or, you know, pushing too far forward. It needs to be right for me, because I'm the primary driver of the car. So if it's not set up for me and it's not set up where I want it, then I'm basically wasting time at that point. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be, you know, it ain't going to be right. You know, you want it right for yourself. So these shifters, okay, I got this off of Amazon, cost effective, very affordable. I think it was under $100. Make sure you inspect yours when you get them, you know, because they are from China. But as far as the build quality, they're decent. You know what I mean? It ain't no $300 shifter, but if I break this, I'd undo 4 bolts in the linkage and throw it away and get a new one off Amazon Prime. Just like that. Decent build quality. It's got some heft to it. This one came with a Pokemon ball. I'm not really into Pokemon or whatever, but I'll probably give that to a friend of mine who's into that. It just comes with this shifter too. But as far as the weight, it's heft. It's got some nice weight to it, and I can't wait to get it in here. So I'll get it installed. It'll be in the next video. There's going to be some fab work that needs to be done to make that happen, but have to have the part. Otherwise, you can't do the rest of the job. We can't get HOSS on the road. So on to the next one. That's going to do it for today. I just wanted to put a quick video together for you to give you an update on the state of HOSS and where it's at as far as the project is concerned. Check out the website, hossgarage.com. Also, let me know in the comments below what you think of the video quality. I upgraded to a 4K mirrorless micro four thirds camera. So in the comments below, let me know if it's better than the GoPro that we were filming on before. So with that being said, we'll catch you next time.